I have this idea for a app and website called Canoe Companion, and here's my fancy introductory slide with a beautiful photo, which I took. And camping is an area where obviously there isn't a lot of big technological development. You can't really bring things with you because of fear they'll get wet. You know, you can tip over in the canoe kind of easily. And if you go backpacking, you can get stuck out in the rain very easily, and there's lots of big problems that can go on with technology. So there hasn't been a lot of actual computing technology development involved with camping. There's been a lot of, small, they've made more fancy stoves and fancy tents and things like that, but there hasn't been a lot of knowledge media involved. So I wanted to sort of bring knowledge media into camping, but at the same time I didn't want to take away from the experience of being out in the wilderness and disconnecting yourself from technology, which I think is the reason why a lot of people actually go out there. So I found a problem when I plan my canoe routes. Sometimes I can have a bit of a problem where I can end up sort of overdoing it, and you spend the entire day out in the water, your arms feel like you're going to fall off, and you just don't want to do anything. And Ontario Parks is very rigid. You can't change your plan. Once you stick with something, if you deviate from it, you're going to get like a $200 fine or something. So it's really not worth the pain. Either that, or you end up with nothing, and you're just, what the hell am I doing here? So at the moment, there's guidebooks that show you sort of recommended routes. There's very detailed maps put out by associations of the parks. There's GPS to a certain extent. But there's no way to get a recommendation for a route other than calling Ontario Parks, and that can often be a very sort of complicated process. And, trying to interact with someone over the phone is always a little bit difficult to try to express yourself properly. So I wanted to create something that will give us the ability to sort of find our own route, or sort of make it. And what the hope will be is to collect a very large variety of canoe routes. I'm going to start with two parks, Algonquin and Killarney, which are two of the most popular ones. And we'll collect the canoe routes will be a variety of different levels. Some require a lot of skill, some require just getting out there and getting to your campsite. So users will hopefully enter their skill level, if they're beginners, intermediate, or very expert, how many days they want to be out in the water, and which lake they want to go from. You have to choose which lake you want to go from because these parks are huge. One of them is bigger than Lebanon, so it has hundreds of lakes in it that you can choose from, and there's only about 20 that are official access points that you can drive up to. So I also hope to see, hang on a second. Okay, good. I thought I had a different version of it. People can add route obstacles, say when they get back from their trip, oh yeah, there was a beaver dam over here, oh watch out, a tree fell down across the creek, you can't get through. Hopefully the program, while you're using it, will also give you weather updates, sort of saying, it's going to rain, make sure you bring a jacket. It could hopefully give information on fire bans, which can be very problematic. If you don't bring a stove during a fire ban, you are not allowed to go camping. And some people don't own stoves, and that can cause a lot of problems. And I'm sure there's lots of other information that could be added in addition to maybe photos and things like that. I accidentally did not delete something on the previous slide. They were supposed to be on this one, but here's cute graphics of fire ban and happy sun. So here's sort of a very, very lo-fi visualization of what it could hopefully be. Sort of You enter, I'm a beginner, I only want to go out for 2 nights. I want to go from this lake called Smoke Lake, and then it would show you how to get there, recommend sites for you to camp at during your nights, and you can click here if you want to get weather photos or people's silly stories. So this is just a very basic visualization, and it obviously does not include the part where you have to enter the information. What sort of inspired this idea was of finding a balance between waymaking and wayfinding. These are very basic definitions that I sort of came up with in one sentence. So by wayfinding, we use methods to navigate through the environment, and we sort of go on a preset path. With waymaking, it seems that we sort of decide to make our own path, rather than going with what someone else has already told us. And with here, we're sort of striking a balance between there are pre-existing paths, but you also have to make your way onto the one that you think is the best for you. So hopefully that's a little insight there. These are some problems that I thought we could run into. A lot of these routes have been published in guidebooks before. I don't think that it would be legal to copyright a route because that seems a little illogical, but I'm sure that the guys who make their bread and butter off these books might get a little testy. If I don't get any cooperation from any partners, that could totally destroy the project. There's lots of different maps that are out there. Is it too limited? Is it actually useful? Are people actually going to use a service like this? And for route obstacles, I do feel like I'm relying too much on crowdsourcing, and people could really make things up. There's a beaver down here when there really isn't, which could kind of be a problem. And these are possible partners that I come up with for the project. So any one of them interacting with it could possibly make or break the entire thing. And that brings it to, does anybody have any questions, suggestions?